might hear me on the radio. Breaker, breaker, 19. Anybody got their ears on?
Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check it out. Picked up a new shortwave radio. This is the Qodosen DX-286. I probably butchered that name and I apologize for that. DX-286. This is a FM long wave, midwave, and shortwave radio. It does not have sideband. I know a lot of y'all love shortwave radios with sideband, but this is not. However, the manufacturer of this was talking with me and they said that it is a fairly sensitive receiver. We're going to try to figure that out here. I'm not going to hook it up to a long wire or anything. We're just going to use the radio and check out what it sounds like. Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. Look at this. It's almost like a toolbox. I like that. That is cool. So makes it kind of the prepper survivalist mentality. You throw this in the back of your truck, national emergency happens, and you have access to pretty much all bands of the commercial broadcast bands anyway. All right, we'll pop this open. Look at this. This is really nice. Padded case. We have a really nice user's manual here. Looks like, holy cow. Yeah, in good English and very in-depth. Holy cow, okay. 30 pages, all in English, and some of the specs and stuff. This, yeah, okay. All right, and let's see what this is. It's like a brochure, maybe. The DX-286 adopts NXP's high-performance automotive chip to ensure excellent selectivity and sensitivity. FM band support is 64 to 108 and supports RDS or BDS. 5 kinds of frequency range with 6 kinds of selectable steps. Signal and noise rejection is 60 dB. Yeah, so and talking with him about it, so the radio is kind of a radio designed for automotive, like the chip they use is for car radio. And it's amazing to know this. You may not know this, but you can buy a brand new car stereo for your car, single DIN car stereo that includes the shortwave bands. A lot of people think that only ancient ones exist, you know, something that's just that and nothing else. But this would be an AM, FM, CD player with shortwave and Bluetooth and a aux CD. I've considered getting one, and if I do, I'll make a video on it. It is a nice compact size, and it does come with a nice strap here, and I like it because it has a little kickstand on there. I love the kickstand for listening in the house anyway. I think that's really nice. Some people say they don't like the rechargeable batteries in a radio like this for an emergency because what if they can't find it? But this is like the most common rechargeable battery you can get. We're not looking at a cell phone battery or some custom battery. If you can't find one of these, you probably can't find a AA or a AAA either at that point, I would say. Snag one out of you know, your flashlight or something like that and you'll be back in business. Nice light up screen. What else we got in here? We do have a beautiful little carrying bag here, like a suede or felt or something like that, and a USB-C charging cable. No wall wart, but a cable anyway. I guess a lot of manufacturers these days are starting to think that everybody has, you know, at least something that's operated off CB already. So it's a cost-saving measure, but I guess it also saves the environment, so to speak. All right, so what I want to do now is I'm going to get the camera closer in, and we will take a look at this cute little radio. I like it. I like the portability of it, and I will say it's got a good feel to it. It's I mean, I wouldn't drop it on its head or anything like that, but it doesn't feel cheap. Does that make sense? Like it's not super lightweight, and it doesn't the case, like when you squeeze this thing, it doesn't like flex or whatnot. Qodosen is the name, and I wish that I could pronounce it properly, but that's a lost cause. Let's get this closer in and check it out. All right, well, here it is on the bench. You can see the layout here, nice lighted setup. And on the side here, volume control, charging port, earphone port, and then we have our tuning knob. We also have auto tuning and sequential steps. So this does more than one thing. You can see it's a button press. That size, we do have a spot for an external antenna, which is nice. It does, of course, have a built-in antenna, and I would say it's about 2 feet. And the bottom has a reset button. back, other than a kickstand, we do have our shortwave goes from 1711 to 27. That's quite a spread. I'm happy to see that. 1520 to 1710. Long wave, 144 to 519, and FM, of course. Pretty impressive coverage, I'll say, for such a small radio. All right, let's go ahead and turn this thing on. And it's got a boot up screen. And we'll go through the FM stuff first.
Throughout your life in the way that it has.
No, you have to believe me, Terry.
I'm going to put my microphone down on the table here.
I don't even concern really whether I respect myself. I thought a very long time about it.
So you can hear me and it, hopefully at least a little bit.
I did
so we have a step. If I wanted to press and hold,
Have you had sex?
it would scan to the next channel.
Protect your vehicle's engine to the max with State Street, and you'll see
There's a better way.
All right, so FM reception is pretty nice. I like that. I'm going to get off of FM because, well, I don't want to get a copyright. I can't tell you how many times I've had a video be copyrighted by YouTube because of a 3-second audio clip. It's absolutely comical if it weren't so frustrating. All right, so we're going to go on to the midwave band here. And if you are familiar with my channel, you know that I am in a dead zone when it comes to AM. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning here right now. Sometimes we'll get a channel or two. We're going to scroll through. Holy cow. That is a first, my friends. That is an absolute first. That is, I don't know where 580 is. I'm going to have to look it up after this video is over with, but I've never once picked up 580. And I mean, I can hear it. That is incredible. Okay, let's see what else we can come up with. Wow. 980. 980 is about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours south of here. No, about 2 hours. I like to listen to it in between going to visit my mother down in Raleigh and up here in the mountains, but it does not come in up here with any other radio that I've tried. Wow. So there's 1200. That is a 1,000 watt radio station that broadcasts about, that is 26 miles from here. I have heard it once before here while testing radios. None of the radios that I use on a regular basis will receive that. I'm not even sure what 1240 is, but we're picking it up. So 1450 is the other station. It is a 5,000 watt station. It is also 22 miles away. For some reason, about 28 miles away. And for some reason, that station doesn't come in well here no matter what. I am hearing a voice, but it is not legible. Holy cow. I have no idea what 690 is. Never picked that station up here ever before. And to point this out, it is 10:29 a.m. on a Sunday. So when it says it's sensitive, I agree. Alright, we're going to get into shortwave. And you can see the coverage range is significant. I'm going to go ahead and tune up and see if it can find anything. So you can... Wow. WBCQ 7490 coming in like it's next door. This is just on a regular antenna. This is just on the built-in ferrite or the external tube.
And we have a witness there, Brother Obed. And thankfully we have an affiliate up there in Rochester, New York.
Wow. That is literally sounds like it's next door to me. And WBCQ is at least 2,000 miles from here. I think it's even more than that actually. But it's Monticello, Maine. I'm in the mountains of North Carolina. And there are times that even with a good long wire antenna or with my MLA 30 that I cannot pick this station up. So the fact that it's coming in nice and clear.
The Rooster Minute, he calls it.
Awesome. Let's see what else we can pick up on this beautiful Sunday morning. All right, 9265. It's a weaker signal fading in and out of the noise bent floor, but it is a signal, and I bet you if I left it on there long enough.
Were destroyed. Tried to take a kingdom by force.
9980's coming in beautifully.
Amen, saints. Blessed be thy holy name. We need to know how to do it, saints.
I believe 9980 is in Tennessee, but the far side of Tennessee. I might be wrong about that. That might also be down in Florida. That might be WRMI broadcasting. Either way, that's a good hike.
He got close. Stalingrad. Got close. Headed to Moscow. An account in the book about Reese House told us the truth about it. There were 3 million young men in the army of 3 million.
I love history, but I doubt that YouTube does, so I'll move along.
In the snows.
People always say there's nothing on shortwave, but you'd be surprised. I need to make a video on this. People say there's nothing but religious broadcasts. That's true and false. It's true that there are a lot of religious broadcasts currently on shortwave, but that is to pay the bills. It's what lies in between. If you go onto these stations and look at their directory, or even call them or email them and say, hey, do you have anything else on? They'll give you a current lineup. I mean, my show airs occasionally on WBCQ, and there's some other great shows that are on there. Kind of make that out, but it's music, so I'm going to move along. But yeah, as I was saying, there's still plenty of actual broadcasts out there. Review Bra, I don't know, his name is Report of the Week, or his YouTube name is Report of the Week, but he is Voice of the Week, and he broadcasts internationally. And so we're back over down here at the bottom of the scale here. So I won't go to long wave because we don't have any stations broadcasting within my range here or there. But I did want to show that. So let's take a look at some of the buttons here before we wrap this video up. I'll move my mic. I'll put my mic back here so I don't have to yell quite as loud. So we do have the ability to enter in a memory. We can also direct enter a station if we want to listen to. And we have pages for our memories as well, so there's quite a bit. There is an alarm clock feature. We can change our bandwidth around, which is nice. I'm going to leave it at 4 for right now. Tone can be changed, but here's 50 pages worth of stuff if you want to listen to it. And delete, right? We also have mute, but we have edit, right? And then we can roll through the bands here if we want to do a manual scan, so we can get to the band we want to have here. In the display, we can have our alarm set, and we also have, you can see, as a signal strength meter here. So there's a lot going on here. And then back to that. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Oh, it is on, sorry. There we go. Now I turned it off. Okay, so let me wrap this up and just say a few things about this before we let this video go. This company reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in taking a look at this. I've obviously never heard of the brand or the radio, but I was intrigued. Anytime somebody says high sensitivity, like that it's going to be a great radio for what it is, I'm curious. After listening to this, here's what I can say for certain. AM reception on this is outstanding. I would say, and I'm not joking, that AM reception on this radio without having plugged in an external antenna or a long wire or anything is the best of any radio I've reviewed. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So AM mode, for that reason alone, I would say, you're looking at like the equivalent of a Panasonic Super Radio. So that's pretty cool. Shortwave, you heard it with me. Picked up a few stations on a Sunday morning. And that's just with no external antenna. And WBCQ is coming in beautifully. Like, that sounded like it was next door. A couple of other stations coming in with a little bit of static, but they were coming in. And again, that's just sitting there. So if you were sitting outside at a campground and wanted to listen to a station or two, they're out there. FM reception, I had to keep that limited, but in the limited amount that I listened to, we had a decent sounding speaker. We have, you know, a good enough sound to, if you wanted to listen to music with it. I don't really listen to the FM band, but it's out there and it's available. We have the ability to use this as an alarm clock. Certainly it's a timekeeper, and it's just a pretty cool looking little setup. I like that. What I really like, though, is this. I like the fact that you can take this thing, you can take the battery out of it so it doesn't fail and go bad or, you know, cause corrosion. Because I know a lot of times if you store a radio with a battery in it, now rechargeables aren't the same, but it could still happen. Oh, look at that. Even with the battery out, it saves its time. But you put that in there, and you close this thing up, and you forget about it until you need it. And you have, let's back this out a little bit, and what you have is this nice little hardy case that protects it. It's foam padded. You've got your power, you got your battery, you've got your radio, you've got everything in there. You add a long wire antenna to this little setup, and you've got your little bug out bag shortwave AM radio, and I like that. I'll leave a link to where where you can get one of these things. I'll tell you what, not a bad deal. I've really, you know, just because you never heard of a brand of a radio doesn't mean it's not going to be a good radio, and that is the case with this one. Till next time, my friends, take care.